Howdy, and welcome to Family Friendly Foods with Chef Nancy. Today, we're doing rice. We're gonna make Hoppin' John. We're gonna make a Mexican rice, very similar to the one I make at World Fest. And boy, is it simple and yummy. Then, I'm making a good Southern rice pudding. So, come on, let's get ricey. Howdy. Well, here we go, Kirby.
I'm ready.
We're ready for Hoppin' John. Now, what's going to happen is I'm going to finish cutting up the vegetables. I've got some green onions. I'm going to cut a red bell pepper and some celery.
Have I been fired from the vegetables? Because usually that's my job.
No, because you're going to do the job of breaking this up.
Oh,
She's going to start sauteing the sausage. And you'll see how she's cutting the paper to get it open. It makes a big difference to cut it that way, because then you can get it out.
and you don't have to squeeze it out through the end, which is always
that's so gross.
gross mess.
And I'm going to try to cut everything the same size. And since I'm using black-eyed peas, I want everything to be about that size. And after she gets that cut, then she's going to squeeze it in the pan.
Heading back to squeeze it in the pan.
And she's going to, I'll turn it on for you, Kirby.
Oh, thank you. That'll make it cook so much better.
Oh, it will. It'll be magic. And here,
This is the easiest way to get sausage out.
it is.
Genius.
Start smashing it up.
All right.
And if you need,
I'll be back here if you need me for anything.
well, okay, and here's this for
Thank
your
you.
hands. All right, and what I'm going to do, cut the celery, and I want to cut it small because I want everything to be the same size so it does well when we're cooking it. It'll all cook the same. Now, we're going to saute these vegetables in with the sausage. Once the sausage starts to really cook. Sausage doesn't have to be cooked all the way because we're going to saute the vegetables in the sausage, add the rice, add the black-eyed peas, then we're going to add some chicken stock and rice.
Hey,
Now,
Chef Nancy,
yes, ma'am.
at some point, will you tell me the history of Hoppin' John? Because it sounds like a recipe with a...
History.
Yes.
Well, you're correct. It kind of came to us from Africa through the Caribbean. And it's always made with pork. And so it's pork and rice and black-eyed peas and some basic vegetables. Well, the reason I like to use sausage is because years ago, when the farmers were first starting to take their pigs and make sausage out of it, nobody knew what to do with it. So, guess what? I figured it out and I started making Hoppin' John. If you'll notice how I'm cutting this, I'm cutting it so that I've got only the outside of our dear red bell peppers.
I wish I had seen that. I guess I'll have to watch the show.
I guess you will. Everybody needs to watch this show. How you doing there?
Yeah, things are going along. It's very pink, though.
It is. And you want to chop it up a little bit more. You don't want big chunks. Kirby, I swear to God, I love her. You know, I love red bell peppers. They're so much sweeter than the other ones. And they look pretty. Wait till you see this. You know, Kirby and I always talk about eating your colors, and every color is good for you in a different way. And this is one of those dishes that has a lot of color. Boy, this bell pepper smells good. This is you know, I love when you can get good peppers and everything. You can't always get them. Some times of the years, it just isn't very good. Now, you notice I pulled my cutting board out, and I'm scraping this off with the back of my knife, because I don't want to dull my knife. I always like to remind people. Now, I've got my vegetables, and I'm going to go over here and see what we've got going.
Well, we're not quite ready.
Oh, but we're almost ready.
Yep. Little pink left. I mean, they're actually, it's, now that would scare me a little bit. That's
But we're going to be cooking it more.
Okay, okay.
Yeah, because first we have to saute the vegetables.
Okay.
Okay, so I'm going to put the vegetables in.
It smells great already.
How pretty it is.
It is very pretty.
Yeah, and we're just going to saute those
Can you see that?
to soften them just a little.
Okay.
And see, you're still breaking up the sausage, which is
I'm
good.
still working at making it black-eyed pea size.
Yeah, there you go.
Which now makes sense.
Yeah, well,
Make everything
I
the
like
same
when
size.
everything fits on the spoon or the fork. I hate when I get something and I've got, say, with soup, a piece of carrot this big, and I got these itty-bitty peas or something. It just annoys me.
Well, don't come over to my house for dinner.
Well, you're
But
learning, though. You're getting better.
I'm getting better.
And I'm sure John loves your cooking.
Well, sometimes. When I bring home my Chef Nancy recipes.
Now, this is probably one of the simplest recipes there is. Okay, how we doing? We're doing good.
Yeah, it's still a
and
little
we've
pink.
started to sweat the vegetables. Now, what we're going to do...
They're not the only ones sweating.
I know. We're going to add some Worcestershire, about a tablespoon. And
Yeah.
it really makes a difference when you add this.
It smells good.
Doesn't it?
It smells so good.
Now, I'm using a can of chicken stock. So I'm going to use my black-eyed pea can for my rice, and I want a half a can of rice. So I have my 2-to-1 ratio of liquid to rice. And we're going to coat the rice now.
Wow. Okay. So this is not cooked.
No, it's going to. But we're coating the rice now with all our flavors.
Boy, this would be an easy dinner to make.
It's so easy, and all you need to serve with it, really, is a salad. Now, we're going to take our chicken stock
Okay.
and pour it in there. She's going to stir that up. I'm going to find a handy-dandy lid, which will probably be a pizza pan.
Huh.
And we're going to put it on there, and while that's simmering, we're going to start our Mexican rice. Okie dokie, we're getting ready to make some Mexican rice. Now, this dish, you can add chicken to it or whatever, but it's also perfect as a vegan dish. Because you're going to have your
lot of vegan
rice
viewers.
and your beans. So we're going to start the rice right now, and I'm going to season the water with some garlic,
What's that, about 2 cloves?
2 cloves of
Okay.
garlic, and sometimes I'll put some of those dried peppers in there.
Okay.
And just put them in whole, and then when the rice is done, I take them out.
That's a
All
good
right, so
idea.
I'm just going to take this, and I like the water to boil before I put my rice in. So I'm going to put this back here on the stove next to my Hoppin' John.
You know, Mrs. Manuel, my home economics teacher in 7th grade, taught me to always boil the water before you put things
It
in.
makes all the difference. All right, now I want you are going to cut, and remember, we're going with beans. So if you will cut
Tiny.
the green onions.
To the bean size.
Yes.
Okay?
Okay, if you will do that, and you can put them in that bowl.
Okay.
And I'm going to maybe open this.
Want some help with that?
No,
I've been working out a lot at the gym. You sure? Am I not doing this right? You're looking
no, that's fine. Saw a little bit more.
at saw more.
Yeah. And what we can do is we'll put that in. You can put that dish, actually, let me get rid of this.
All right.
And you can put those in with the black-eyed peas. Then we won't have so much to clean.
Ah, perfect.
Perfect,
I-
because we
not a
have no
fan.
one here to wash dishes but
you and me.
and I. I know. You know, we need to get a raise so we can hire somebody.
Let's do it. I bet one of our viewers would be happy to come and wash the
Wash
dishes.
dishes. I bet they would.
Just to learn from you?
And to learn from you.
Yes.
All right, wait a minute. Well,
Uh-oh.
remember how I pulled it off the
Oh,
board?
Right.
Pull it this way.
And now go like,
Yeah. You got it? Mm-hmm. Okie dokie, Smokey.
only a few are on the ground.
All right, now what I had done is I have rinsed the beans really well.
Ta-da!
Thank you, ta-da! And till the foam quit.
Okay.
And if you rinse the beans until the foam quits, when you're using canned beans, the gas goes away.
Right.
Yes.
You taught me that, and I've been doing it ever since.
Good, because
so
you
you
have
rinse
a
them
boy,
till they're just
a husband.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why they think that's so funny. But anyway, all right, when this comes to a boil, we're going to put the rice in. Mm-hmm. And then while that's cooking, we're going to start our rice pudding.
Cannot wait for that. I love rice pudding, don't you?
And then by that time, our Hoppin' John will be done. Mm-hmm. And then we'll just start rotating, eating food.
A whole meal.
Doesn't that sound good?
Well, I came hungry, so this is perfect.
Well, there you go, sister. All right, Miss Kirby, let's
What's next?
stir in. The water's boiling. We're going to pour in the rice, and I'm going to stir it up. And remember, we've seasoned the water with garlic, and we could have used dried peppers if we wanted.
Great tip.
When this comes back to boil, we're going to turn it down to simmer and cover it and let it cook until it's done, which is about 15 minutes.
15 minutes, okay.
Yeah. So we got it burling.
It's nice to have a time because I usually overcook rice or undercook it. So
there we go. We got it. We'll check it in a minute.
okay.
But,
what's next?
Well, what's next is going to be our rice pudding. But we're going to check the Hoppin' John.
Oh.
I need a hot pan.
Yes, you do. Look at that. And for your pizza cover.
Oh, look at what we got, Kirby.
You were absolutely right. That I didn't doubt you, but that rest of that sausage cooked up just fine.
It did. It just fine. And now what we're going to do is there's just a little bit of liquid left. We're going to take it, cover it again, and I'm going to turn it off.
So you're trying to get the liquid to all evaporate?
Yeah.
Okay.
So what we're going to do next, organize ourselves here.
Okay.
This is for our Mexican rice. It's time.
For the dessert.
Yes. So.
This is one of my favorite things from when I was a child, and it's just continued to be an adult favorite. Memories.
And we all love it.
Okay, it sounds to me like it might be easier to make than I realized. So I don't have to keep buying the store-bought version.
Oh, no. This
Terrible.
is so easy.
Okay.
Now, what we're going to do first. Now, there's several different kinds of rice puddings. Every culture has one. There's even I can't remember whether it's Korea or China, they have a black rice pudding. Huh. It's called forbidden rice. And they use coconut milk. Oh, it's yummy.
That sounds
but
great.
Anyway, this is our typical one that we all grew up on in the South. And what we're going to do is we're going to take, so we're going to make a cup of rice. We're using whole milk. If you want to get crazy, you can use half and half.
All right.
So we've got our 2 parts. Now we're going to do half a cup.
Okay, so 2.5 cups total.
Right. Now we've got that, and we're going to get our sugar.
Here, give that to me, and I'll be your
my
OR nurse here. I'll just put that.
We're going to put in about a tablespoon of butter.
Okay.
And you can add, and this is real butter. It's not play butter.
Okay.
I don't like margarine. All right, I'm putting the real butter in, and I'm going to sprinkle some cinnamon. And with cinnamon, I always like to get the kind that says Saigon.
Oh, and that's because why? You told me this before.
Because the trees it comes from are so much better, and it has so much more flavor.
Saigon cinnamon. I have to remember that.
So I kind of sprinkle it on the top.
All right.
And
what do we have here? Some bourbon?
Vanilla.
Oh, vanilla.
Made with bourbon. And I've talked about this before. What I do is I take bourbon, and I like to use Old Forester.
Okay.
And I'll put 2 to 3 in a pint vanilla beans that I've cut open and put in there. And in about 3 weeks, you've got some nice. All right, now here we go. I'm gonna put about a tablespoon. Now here we've got this, and we're going to stir it, and we're going to put it on. I'm going to put the sugar in it, a half a cup of sugar.
Okay.
And once the butter's melted, this all won't be hot, but once the butter's melted, I'm going to add a cup of rice.
Okay.
Then we're going to cover it, and we're going to let it cook real slow, okay?
I don't know if I can wait. How long?
It'll take longer than 20 minutes
Okay.
because we're going to cook it and let the rice absorb the milk, and then it'll still be a little milky, so we're going to take it off and let it reduce, and it gets creamier.
All right.
Okay.
Where's our sugar, though?
Well, it's over in the corner, and I couldn't reach it.
Shall I go over and get it for you?
Well, you're so much taller than I am. What a sweat. Miss Kirby.
Yes.
Oh my goodness, how sweet is this?
Oh, yes,
Your
this is-
little rabbit's foot.
Yeah, it looks like a rabbit's foot, but this is actually my microphone. Apparently, I breathe too hard, and it makes too much sound to have one like yours, so I have to have this big
Well, I didn't know you
proboscis.
got so excited making this show.
Yeah, well, I do get excited making
Yeah,
this
I know,
show.
I
I always
know.
get something new. So, all
We're
right.
gonna get our sugar. Oh,
Oh,
look.
look at this. Well, just bring that sugar on over.
I'm gonna bring it over. And we want a half a cup. So I'm gonna guess that this is about a half a cup.
I bet you've done a half a cup about a gazillion times. in your
I
life, so
have.
That's probably just right.
And see, what'll happen is all this will melt. So I'm gonna put this on the stove.
Okay.
And I don't want it real high. I don't want to boil it to death. We're gonna wait until the sugar in that melts.
Okay.
We're gonna add the rice. Then we're gonna cover it and we're gonna let it cook.
Nancy, do you mean the butter? Because I don't know how I would know if the sugar melted.
Well, you would if you stir it. Stir it and you feel
Oh.
how heavy the sugar is in the bottom.
Oh, okay.
You feel it?
Yeah, I sure do.
Yeah, so if the butter's melted, the sugar will melt.
I see. All right, that's another great cooking tip. Should I stop?
Yeah,
Okay.
you can. Thank you.
Chef Nancy, the butter and sugar are all melted here. I think we're
Oh,
ready.
they certainly are.
ready for the rice.
All right, let's put the rice in. Here, can you?
Sure.
And then we want to make sure it's on low
Okay.
because we don't want the milk to burn on the bottom.
All right.
Okay.
Are we gonna have to check back in and keep stirring, or?
Well, we're going to check back in a little bit, yes.
Okay. Low
We're
is.
going to wait for about 5 minutes and we're going on low. Okay?
Got it. All
You
right,
ready for some Hoppin' John?
It smells great in here. It smells wonderful in here. Let's go ahead and
All right.
taste
Hot
this.
behind you. Now
Hot food
here
coming
is our Hoppin' John. Isn't that, look at the colors.
It's beautiful, and that was not difficult to make.
No, it's not difficult at all.
Now let's
so I'm
taste.
going to give some to you
That's good right there.
and some to me. Now it's hot,
Okay.
obviously, temperature-wise. Now I used medium sausage. If you want to use hot, that's fine. If you want to use mild, you're a wimp. But I like to use the
Medium
medium.
spicy, okay.
Yeah.
There's so much flavor in that.
The sausage is just the right size.
Mm-hmm.
The rice is cooked, but not overcooked.
This is going to be so nice on a really chilly, wet day during the winter.
And people who don't like black-eyed peas won't even know they're in there.
I forgot they were in there.
I know.
You don't taste them at all.
The vegetables have a little crunch, but not a lot. I like having a little bit of crunch, but I never want it to be soggy. Okay.
Perfect, Nancy. Thank you very much for this.
I think it's time for us to check and finish the Mexican rice.
Okay.
Okay. It's time for our Mexican rice. Okay, Miss Kirby.
Looks like it needs a little something to turn it into Mexican rice.
It does. So we're going to start now. I like to put green onions in things like this because it brightens it.
Okay.
It makes for a brighter flavor. Now, if you want this really hot, you can add another jalapeno mince.
Okay.
We're not doing that today, okay?
My kids wouldn't like that.
Right. Now, I've got
I would.
that
I would.
and the black beans.
Okay.
Got the green onions, 3 green onions, a can of rinsed black beans. And then if you'll get the salsa.
Now, do you like to shake this up? Do I need to shake it up?
No, you don't.
It's just fine, huh? Okay. So, how much?
All of it.
Wow, all right.
See, it makes it easy.
Chunky. Yes.
And this is one of my favorite salsas, and it's the mild. I mean, no, it's not. It's medium.
It's nice. It's a nice consistency.
Yeah, it's, they also make a green salsa, which is good. Oh, look at this.
Is that a salsa verde?
Verde.
Salsa verde. Salsa.
Okay, what do you think?
I think it looks like a much more, it looks like a party.
It does. It's a party in the pan. It's done.
Easy.
And if you're a vegetarian or vegan, you got dinner, or this is great with chicken.
Uh-huh.
It's also good with pork.
Would it be good with our Hoppin' John? Or is that too much rice?
Oh, no, that would not be good at all.
Okay.
Yeah, it would also be good over a steak. All right, so let's get some plates and some forks.
Oh, I happen to have some ready.
Okay, I
Is it
knew
yours?
you would. You said you came hungry.
I know, there's a little water on there. Because I'm always looking for something that I can make quickly when I come home from work to feed the family. So much more flavorful than regular rice.
And if you buy one of those rotisserie chickens,
This
and
would make it great. Could I use brown rice with this or no?
you can, you can, I tell you.
But it's perfect tasting this way.
Oh, I like this. It's a little spicy, but not a lot. The green onions brighten it. The salsa just absolutely, it has such good vegetables in it. And the black beans, I love black beans.
I love black beans more than any
and
other
the rice
bean.
is cooked perfect.
Thank you, Nancy.
Thank you, Kirby. We're getting ready for dessert, Kirby.
All right.
Okay?
I think we have a little ways to go. I'll eat a little bit more of this while we're waiting.
Okay. You can do that. I'm gonna finish what I've got. I'm trying to eat like a lady. All righty, Kirby, our rice pudding's done. Now, when you do this, you want it to boil some, but you don't want it to boil like you're cooking
over the
pasta.
edges, okay.
Right. And then, after it boils for a while, you're gonna see how it got creamy.
It does look delicious.
It
It looks just
look
like I
how
hoped.
it's
It looks
getting
just like I hoped.
Now, stir it up, and it gets all creamy. Now, you could let this sit a little bit longer with the lid on it, but neither one of us have the patience.
No, we have to eat now. And you know, Nance, I was thinking I
This
probably
is
am
really
not
hot.
going to make my own homemade vanilla, so it's okay.
Oh, yeah, just use regular vanilla.
But is imitation vanilla okay?
No,
No, okay.
no. You really want real vanilla. They both have alcohol in them. Is it too hot?
It's a little warm, but I'm willing to put up with it. I'm willing to singe my tongue to eat this immediately. This is delicious. Thank you.
You should be able to smash. My mother taught me not to talk with my mouth full, but I can't help it. You should be able to, rice just not quite chewy and almost smash it against the roof of your mouth. You want it that creamy. That's why you add the extra liquid. Okay?
Well, this blows away anything I buy in the grocery store.
Oh, it's so hot.
It's so hot, but it's so good.
You can eat this cold or hot. If you want to make it ahead of time, put it in the refrigerator and then have it for breakfast and you want it hot and not cold, just put it in a microwavable dish.
Because why not?
Oh.
Pudding for breakfast.
Now, in some cultures, they add fruit to the top of it. Some add pistachios. Some add. It's hot. It looks like it's gonna burn her tongue.
But pistachios, raisins.
Lots of times you put raisins in it. But I just wanted to be basic today. All right. If you put raisins in it, you put it in at the very end, and then turn it off and cover it, and the raisins plump up. They're yummy.
Thanks, Nancy.
Okay. Well, you know what? I'm going to eat this, and let's do a show on chicken wings.
I'm
I
up for
love
that.
chicken wings.
All right, it's
Oh,
time.
look at you, hoghead.
I know. Lots of game days coming up, you know.
Well, wouldn't that be, yes. Okay, people, we'll see you soon.